What's going on, everybody? Gustav the 13th here with another video for the week of the 30th of May 2026. I say that as if it's not like the end of the day or the week itself. Sorry for the delayed release for the video, but we do have the Zeta Gundam. I feel battering equipped. Goddamn. This is actually another UC Engage entry. Interesting, probably one of the funkier ones of the trio that were actually featured in where this was shown off. And I say that mostly just because of how all the weapons are oriented and kind of the way that it works here as a 700 2 melee raid in a situation where the red Zeta already exists and a bunch of other stuff. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, I think this should have been a 650. But let's get into the weapons and kind of check out what the general stuff on this is like. So this blaster rifle, to begin with, pretty neat. Kind of just looks like a fucking, oh god, what is that called? Like a Kurosawa or whatever from fucking, from Armored Core. I really want to try to see what it's actually called, because it's probably not called that at all. Kurosawa. Never mind. I was pretty close. And laser blades like the moonlight and shit. But it reminds me of that, and interestingly enough, that's also the saber, because the way that the actual beam comes out, it's actually on the crease of this. This is actually an instant knockdown, by the way. And it also does have a regular saber to follow up with, although I'm going to be honest with you, the aerial melee and all the other skills and stuff are not really tied to this. So it's kind of an awkward transition outside of just wanting to mash out extra downswing damage. That's kind of how I feel about that in general. I'm sure there are some other people that are like, oh, it's just an extra swing, whatever. Very good for the aggression, stuff like that. The baseline on this is 3,400 alongside that instant knockdown. But I will say it's a little bit deceptive in how much it actually reaches. So keep that in mind, mostly just because of the swing pattern. And something else that I don't really like about the way this suit is oriented is that because the I feel generator claw on the suit is actually on the right arm, everything else is on the left. The only thing that kinda, well, actually, honestly, no. Everything else is just kind of mounted on that side because of that. And it makes some of the orientation and approach with the melee and other things a little bit awkward, because as you know, the reason that people tend to do the old NASCAR and go around the left side is because they're trying to lead with their right, because that's also the way that the camera encourages them to be orientated as well. This goes against that. This is the same as you having a suit that pretty much centers itself when it comes to its weapons. A good example would be like the Camphor, right? Where you have like double bazookas, double Sternfoss, something that kind of holds in the center like the shotgun, where you're not really able to lead around a corner. You do have to expose yourself more in order to do what you got to do. Getting away from all that though, pretty typical arms for a Zeta package. We do have a grenade launcher with regular and incendiary pistons. This is not general range for this suit. Seems to be around 300 or so, very midliney. They are expecting you to just kind of get these hits in, maybe get that fire tick, and then just start pressuring with melee. This is mostly what you're going to be doing. Good amount of ammo on here for the Vulcans, 200 range on those, decent build up, all that good stuff. We'll get into that a little bit more when we get into practice. And then of course you do have the little lumbar beam guns that flip over and can contribute alongside the blaster rifle when it does transform, because this does transform. And getting into the skills from here, we actually do have this with heavy attack Kai. Stat wise, we have 25k health, ballistic resistance, beam resistance, and melee resistance are 20, 32, and 26 respectively. Range strength of 25, melee strength of 45, movement speed of 135, top speed of 225, so it kind of so-so in terms of the speed. Thrust gauge of 80 and turning speed of 75. Part slottage wise, favoring close range, what a surprise, at 24, medium of 19, and long range of 9. As you can also expect, rarity of 3, as well as a melee priority of 3. In terms of skills, we have Assault Booster, High Spec, Ambec, Maneuver Armor 4, Force Injector 3, Melee Composite System 1, Aerial Melee System 1, Heavy Attack Kai, So when selecting a weapon that supports heavy attack Kai, hold that release the attack button to perform an attack with the added power melee. This attack also ignores buffer damage and reaction to piercing an enemy shields. Damage recoil is lessened and when hit mid-attack, stagger due to cumulative damage is reduced. Also, heavy attack Kai can be used while in mid-air. Important to note. A little bit frustrating, and I'll show you why, because this is something that I definitely don't miss when it comes to dealing with transformable suits. But Flight Control Program 3, Emergency Evasion System 2, Anti-Blast Stabilizer 1, Transformation Flight, Detransformation Optimizer, Special Arms Equipment Buffer 4, which puts it at 35% for that buffer reduction. Special Wing Cushioning Level 4, also 35% for that. Pursuit Melee Auxiliary Program, so 15% if you catch somebody on the down, because it does have an instant down, so you can just follow it with your saber or whatever else. Pretty nice. Biosensor K Ability Boost. Activates at 50%. I feel like, especially when we're considering the adjustments that just happened, 50% is becoming a much more common threshold, and I'm happy about that. Boosting mobility and attack power, while activated Power Accelerator 3, Flat Booster 2, and Offensive System 2 are provided. I'll be real with you right now. I don't like that Flat Booster is actually tied to the ability boost. I know there are other suits that have set a precedence for that being the case, like the Bobbin and all that. I didn't like it then, I don't like it now. I kind of just think that if it can do it, it shouldn't need some weird new type stinky cheese to be able to do that. There's plenty of other suits that are similar platforms that can do stuff like that. I feel like they really just need to open up how many suits are available to actually do even just Flat Booster 1, let alone 2. Also, melee weapon charge time is reduced by 30%, and primary range weapon can be used during high-speed movement. Nullifies all reactions except for stagger due to cumulative damage, but only at the point of skill activation. So in general, honestly, just another Red Zeta. Kind of an interesting attack pattern on here. The eye field in and of itself temporarily generates a claw-shaped eye field, which reduces HP damage on beam attacks. And reduces or nullifies the reactions. The reactions from cumulative damage attacks are reduced as well. This weapon is selected while the ranged beam attacks are taken from the front. Cumulative damage reactions from those attacks are nullified. Note that while the weapon is in use, changing to melee, performing a tackle, exiting or transforming will cause the eye field to vanish and overheat will occur. And the overheat for this is 30 seconds. Pretty long for a life. I also have some misgivings about that, and obviously it's an eye field. You know it's just going to be there to resist beams and kind of help out with certain things, but like, it's just... As much as there is a lot of beam heavy suits here, a lot of the biggest kind of annoying OP offenders at this cost do not lean into beam that much. And it shows, and it sucks, because you would wish that that was a bigger or better kind of like defensive point, but it's really not. Looking at the enhancements though, we have +1 anti-beam, -3% to recovery time for thrust overheat, +1 to melee modifier. Got conflicts expansion here at 2890 for only +1, plus medium and long. +5 anti-beam modifier for the first unlockable, and +5 to melee modifier for the second. But my initial gripes aside and all that, let's put this into practice. We'll show it off and talk about it a little bit more. Part of the reason that I've been kind of dragging my feet on making this video is because I feel like, especially when we're talking about these 3-star suits, that I'm like, it's okay. It's workable. You don't need to get it, but if you like it, you probably already got it. And it's like, I don't know. It feels like there's no good in between where I can say, yeah, I like the suit. You should probably get this, and like not have to have it be like a 4 or 5-star suit or some other crap. Especially because this is another suit that suffers from being released on the same week as a monumental. It's crazy that they actually let you swing several times for that instant knockdown, by the way. Decent like swipe on the side, a little bit slow, but even though it does have a little bit of reach there, be careful because it doesn't reach super duper far. If you kind of lead it from the left and do like your swing like that, it can go a little bit far because it's just bringing it out. But yeah, it feels like it's been overshadowed almost immediately. And the interesting thing is that it does have 700 cost, which is already a problematic cost. But then they put a level 2 for this thing, which again, equally worse. Other raids like the V2 and stuff with instant, you know, or not instant, but heavy staggers just in their pocket. really crazy heavy attacks and stuff, like it's a little bit tough to be like, oh yeah, you should totally run this. Let me also try to, I forget if this pierces or not, but I'm gonna go check for the charge shot here real quick. But yeah, pretty standard. Like I said before, a little bit rough that it's all on the left side and the lead in. Situations like this, not off. There we go. It's trying to get there. I think it's mostly just because of the shield. But also the grenade launcher, like I said, does stun. It's very much akin to like the Doga sleeves and stuff. It's just a salvo. It comes out when it comes out, and as long as you can kind of fan it or keep it trained on someone, you will get that stun. There goes a better example of the piercing and just multi-hit in general, I guess. In fact, I can probably just do it from here, right? There you go. And then of course you get that in here. Gauge, as you can see, is the same. Not really a big base accumulator. And actually, let's check out the grenade launcher real quick for the fire. So it's a tick of 300 to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Damn, 10. Hell yeah. It's a decent amount of build-up there, as you can see. Not awful for just a quick little tippy tap. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 or so for the Vulcans on here. But a decent rate of fire, as you can see there too. So again, everything is very serviceable about this. You always kind of have something that you can throw around. It's just that there are other suits that have either been adjusted or that are already at this cost. Cough, cough, most of the AU suits, which also just so happen to be raids, that kind of do it better that you probably already have, as long as you sprung for those suits. But I do kind of like the gun on this. I don't like that it's on the left, but it is pretty neat. It's another suit that kind of has that sustained fire when it comes to the missiles, which I do like, especially from my time with the Doga sleeves. And in general, the one other thing that I'm going to bitch about a little bit here. So it keeps switching to the rifle. So obviously, if you're trying to do a fast transition and you don't really have the muscle memory from doing it on older transformable suits, there's going to be times, which I've done several times at this point, where I'm like, oh, I'm going to go in with my melee. Oh, it's back to my rifle. Shit. I don't have a good angle to fire it at. So I had to kind of just like recalculate and bring myself around like a dummy. But the heavy attack, pretty slick. Gotta be careful when you're approaching, of course, because like I said, it's on the left side here. But leads in with the claw, swipes around, and actually has a decent amount of side contact, as you can see there. But it is possible to overshoot. It is possible that that swipe won't really hit too great, depending on which side you're coming in from. It does kind of just come up and over, but it does favor that one side as well. So, kind of a general gist of that there. We do have some matches. I'm not super sure which one I'm going to put in, but I'm going to be honest with you. They weren't bad. They just also were a little rough, and during the first day, especially because people were exploring a lot of the suits, it kind of brought it into perspective just how many of those suits were probably going to stick around and give this thing a hard time in terms of kind of just establishing itself as something that you were kind of expect and not really kind of like cringe at seeing compared to other possibilities. But we're going to put that match right around here. Enough attacks to make use of all the falls out. Oh, okay. Actually, after this match, we'll go over those for the adjustments. I just want to run this once. Here we go. So it's 700 maiden voyage for this thing.
Mission start.
The clamp Zeta. Ooh. I get beat up, brother. Help me. Help me. Don't you do it. It would be nice to me. My gosh and golly. Literally anything but the main gun, I guess. Maybe Vulcans or whatever.
Captured a beacon.
Oh boy, hold on. I don't like this. You guys are just fucking leaving me. Assholes. Oh, of course. You were gonna be trying to use that now. Yeah. Stop him. Thing.
An allied unit's been destroyed. An allied unit's been destroyed.
Oh god. Okay. No, come on.
Pick where and how you'll sortie. An allied unit's been destroyed.
I don't think I'm gonna do too well on this one. Yeah. I just wish it didn't have flappies as a superpower. I'd rather have flappies all the time. It only gets it when it's... What the... Hello? Why did my shot not come out?
Minor damage detected. An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit. I'm reading significant damage.
Wait, why is that there?
Enemy mobile suit destroyed.
That's alright. How did it even get the Vulcans from there? That's weird.
An allied unit's been destroyed. An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit.
Yeah.
Mobile suit
Oh my god.
eject if you can.
Oh, wait, what? Where's this a Hooper Gundam?
Your mobile suit has been destroyed.
The hell? Okay, well, we know what we're gonna be looking for. Wait.
An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit.
That Super Gundam was doing something weird.
An allied unit has been destroyed.
Does it have a burst shot now? Yeah, look at that. That's him.
Supporting fire incoming. Welcome back. An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit. Minor damage.
Get it.
I'm reading
Defensive
action. An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit. Your mobile suit is toast. Eject if you can. Your mobile
Does the rest of my scene not exist? Please, move in. Stop looking. This ain't a show.
An allied unit's been destroyed.
Yeah, I'm definitely switching that fire one to
Enemy mobile suit.
an outside button. The other one stuns. I want that on X instead.
Welcome back. Enemy mobile suit destroyed.
No, I turned too tough because of the other skill. Whoops. Hey! Just a tip.
Enemy mobile suit
Bye-bye.
destroyed. An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit. Damage detected. No impact on combat yet. An allied unit's been destroyed.
Oh yeah, we should be why. He's kind of scooting.
An ally has destroyed
What
an
the-
enemy mobile suit.
Oh.
We've got the advantage, huh? Beacon
Let's
captured.
go. I'm gonna tell you something that you probably already seen.
Beacon captured.
I'm not hitting nothing with that heavy attack because that shit is too narrow and too crooked. Oh, that pierces. Nice.
Significant damage. Take
What you mean?
Your mobile suit is toast. Your mobile suit has been destroyed. An allied unit's been destroyed.
Why are they over there? What's over there? Oh, it's because they're too fucking long-range cowards. That's why.
Enemy soldier eliminated.
I'm taking this.
An allied unit. Beacon captured. 2 minutes remaining. Bases are now more valuable for this mission. An allied unit's been destroyed. Take defensive action.
Doesn't want it. No, on. What are they on over there?
Our base is under attack.
Oh shit, you know what? That's probably the super.
An ally has just. Our base is taking heavy damage. Enemy mobile suit destroyed. The enemy has captured a beacon. Your mobile suit has been destroyed.
I got me too.
1 minute remaining. You've got this in the bag. An allied unit's been destroyed.
Stop being destroyed.
Welcome back.
What else is over here now?
Destroyed
Okay, no,
an
that's
enemy
not.
mobile suit.
Just let me flap normally. I don't want to transform. It's so old-fashioned and trendy. Don't feel like it. Just let me flap forever. Yeah, no, throw those at me. That's fine.
The enemy has captured a beacon. An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit. Time has run out. Nice work out there. We won.
Yeah. You know what? Looking at that gun, it kind of reminds me of what from Armor Core, the Kurosawa or whatever. I don't know if that's actually what it's called.
Here are this battle's rewards.
But yeah, not crazy. I don't know how much I'm really going to be using that eye field. But not bad. 700. Serviceable. So, that was our round in the new Zeta. As you can see here, as long as you're not busting out your melee and stuff, that eye field will stick around because everything, including the missiles, is actually all mounted in the left side. Not favor the right. So, you have some options there to kind of do some fire while under cover from that eye field. As long as you're not getting hit by, oh, well, let's see. The Fenix, the Barbatos. Getting absolutely slapped around by melee and other shit, by like the Burning Gundam and other shit. You know, like I said, outside of maybe some more specific or more typical picks that really didn't get too much like attention, there's a lot of things that are super busted and gross at this cost that really don't lean on beam too much, and that makes that whole eye field gimmick a little bit of a tough sell, especially because it's something you actively had to deploy. It does not count as a weapon outside of the heavy attack, and in general just kind of gets in the way of the orientation that the suit could have, and that's a little unfortunate. Still, this does set the premise for a possibility of having that really funky double Zeta with the big dumb shoulder cannon, just Phaz 3.0 at that point, considering there's been several attempts at just having a big dumb gun on that platform, as well as, I think it was, what was it, the Victory Assault or some other shit like that? Or, I forget what the other one was, but it was either 91 or Victory. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how those turn out if and when they do come out. This is probably the more sensible of the three. It's probably the one that works the best without really having to be screwed around with too much in a GBO2 setting. I still say that it should have been a 650 since the baseline Zeta is a 600 as it is. It probably would have been a lot more comfortable there. Not that it wouldn't have other suits to kind of deal with that are at that cost. Again, especially with some of the adjustments that did happen to some of those suits, including other raids. But I think it would have been a better choice. As it stands, having a level 1 and 2 of this running around, you'll probably see a couple. Don't expect to really see them a lot, and don't expect them to be too big of a problem unless whoever it is just particularly vicious in raids all the time. You're always kind of doing something, but it's a little tough to kind of take that lead in this thing without you just mostly contributing assists or just trying to put in pressure before something else just kind of flaps down on you and you know, fucks up your entire steez. Especially because you don't get set flaps until you're already beat up a little bit like it's some sort of superpower. But those are just my general, you know, opinions and gripes for now. I've still been running this for dailies because I do have it on Gus. Some of those matches haven't been awful, but again, like I said, it doesn't really feel like we're kind of leading the charge as much as we probably should be as a raid. We'll see if and how that changes as we go further through the week. And I'll definitely be doing these a little bit more later today when I do hip on for my own dailies. So until then, good luck if you're spinning for this. There's a good chance because this is delayed, apologies again for that you probably already have, and hopefully you've been enjoying your purchase. And until next time, I hope you guys have a good rest of your morning, night, or whatever. I'll talk to you all in the next video.